something about instinct just hits different. And in Elsie Hewitt's case, it practically screamed at her. She says the very first time she sat across from Pete Davidson on their first date, she knew he was going to be the father of her children. Not hoped, not wondered, but knew, which is a pretty wild thing to admit when you think about how unpredictable relationships can be. Before we go any further, make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on your bells so you never miss a first-hand update on stories like this. The couple opened up about everything, from their early spark to the baby they now have on the way during a new interview for Bumble's latest campaign. It was lighthearted, a little vulnerable, and honestly surprisingly sweet. Hewitt, who's 29, and Davidson, 32, didn't shy away from the details either. They talked about how their connection grew almost instantly and how that intuitive feeling she had wasn't one-sided. She described it as natural, mutual, almost like they stepped into something that was already meant to be. This isn't the first time the world's seen their excitement. Back in July, the pair announced their pregnancy publicly, and social media lit up. Hewitt confirmed the news with a series of photos and clips on Instagram, mixing heartfelt moments with her usual humor, the kind of captions that make fans feel like they're right there with her. It gave everyone a glimpse into a relationship that seems to have found its peace, despite both having pretty complicated pasts. During the interview, Hewitt kept coming back to one idea, that early intuition that Davidson was her person and the father of her future children. She laughed about it a little, admitting it might sound dramatic, but she insisted it felt deeply right. And maybe that's what makes this chapter of their lives feel so grounded. Both of them know instability. They know what it's like to grow up without certain emotional anchors, and they're determined to not pass that pattern forward. She was very clear about one thing, though. They're both committed to raising their child in a place where love isn't conditional and emotional pressure doesn't become a silent burden. She talked about the importance of giving their child space to grow without feeling responsible for their parents' wounds, which is a thoughtful way of breaking generational habits. It's almost like this baby represents a kind of healing for them, a soft reset on the idea of family. Hewitt also shared that she sees Davidson as the best possible father for her child. It wasn't exaggerated praise, more like a calm certainty. She talked about how supportive he's been, how present he is, how he puts in effort without being asked. And sources close to them seem to agree. They say Davidson is fully committed, preparing the nursery himself, checking in on Hewitt constantly, and quietly making sure everything feels stable as they get closer to parenthood. Their shared confidence in each other, in this pregnancy, in the life they're building, gives the whole story a warm undertone. It's not about perfection or pretending everything is easy. It's about two people who found each other at the right time and decided to do the work. Maybe that's why their excitement feels so real, so grounded, like a door opening into a future they've both been waiting for without even realizing it. In the end, what stands out most is how intentional they are, a connection that sparked on the first date, a pregnancy they see as healing, a commitment to raising a child with emotional safety, and a partnership that looks steady in a way neither of them may have expected. It leaves you thinking about those rare moments when instinct turns out to be right, and how sometimes the life you're meant to build starts with a feeling you can't fully explain but somehow trust anyway.